it's Pink Buddha, and welcome back to another episode of Force Fridays. Yes, I'm bringing them back. I haven't done one of these for a while, and I thought that this epic combination of the Akai Force and the new Sequential Take 5 would be a great chance to bring back Akai Force Fridays. So the challenge for today is that I'm going to make a track using only sounds from the Take 5, and I want to make a track that I can perform on at the same time, and that takes some different planning than if you're just recording something into like the Force or a DAW. So first, let me take you through my strategy and how I'm going to be laying things out, and then I'm going to record all the basic parts and then finish that up with the live performance. Okay, so let me walk you through my production strategy for a live performance. Because there's only so much you can do at any one time, I want to leave certain elements to be spontaneous and stuff that I can do live, but then I also need some solid pieces that will hold down the foundation. Now this sound right here, such a cool sound. This is going to be the key thing that I'm going to play live, and then I need all the other stuff to be supportive of this part, to not get in the way, but to give me just enough other things to play off of. All right, so that main synth part goes over here on the live side, and even though I've decided what kind of chords I'm going to play, I'm going to make spontaneous choices as to when I actually make those chord changes and what notes I use. And then I'm also going to spontaneously mess with the filter as I feel it. Now to support that, I'm going to record some arpeggiated synth part that is going to keep repeating, and I'm going to pick notes that are going to work with any of the chord changes. Now I'm going to play the notes on the Force and use the arpeggiator there so it's tempo synced, which I'm sending to the Take 5, and then I'm recording the audio from the Take 5 back into the Force on a different track. All right, so that's pretty clean. I'm going to put a little bit of reverb on it now. Yeah, that's pretty good, really subtle. And now that that's done, I want to record some kind of percussive element that's repeating, maybe something like a hi-hat, but I'm going to use noise to do that. So I found this sound, but obviously this isn't a hi-hat sound. I do hear some noise in there, so I'm just going to get rid of the other oscillator sounds. Okay, wow, that's not the sound I want. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use this decay to add a little bit more character to it. It's kind of like an open hi-hat sound. And again, I'm using the Force so the beat repeat is tempo synced. It's playing the Take 5 and then recording the audio back into the Force. Okay, now I'm going to record a drum pattern, and I want some of these elements to be controlled live. And I'm going to record several different clips, where each one of them has a different tuned 808 that will match up to the different chords that I might play. So I found a tuned 808 on here that I really liked and started sampling that into the Force. I played each of the different notes that I needed and also just hit it a couple extra times to give me some variations on the sound that I could choose from later. Then I just copied this longer sample to the different pads and zoomed in on the particular sample that I needed for each of them. And now I got my 3 different chords right here on these 3 pads. Then I found this kind of noisy tom sound that I turned into a snare by overemphasizing the noise. And then I sampled in a bunch of different variations and narrowed down which ones I liked until I had this, a long and a short snare. Putting a little bit of distortion on the kicks to give the pitch a little bit more tone. But then I'm turning the mix way back because I don't want it to sound like this. That's too much. And after setting up the sidechain, here's what we got. And then I also found this pad sound that I want to record into this drum kit. But I'm going to route that audio through this submix, not through this drum kit. So it will then be sidechained by the kick. Oh, and if you like where this is going, I got 2 potential playlists for you. If you're trying to learn about the Force, I have a whole playlist on tutorials for that. And then if you're just generally interested in my review of different synths, you can click on this playlist over here. I'm putting a link to both of them in the comments below. Okay, so now I want to record some variations on these drums. For this one, I'm using the 808 that's tuned to F. The next clip is going to use the 808 tuned to D flat. And this clip will have the E flat 808. And then I'm going to record one more clip that's going to be really mellow and use the 808 that's tuned to F. Oh, and then overdub this pad sound coming in. Alright, so now not only do I have different drum clips for each of the tuned 808s, but I have some different drum variations I can use as well. And another thing I want to be able to manipulate live is the filter, with one knob controlling the filter for the whole mix and then another knob for just this other bus, which is where this ARP synth and the hi-hat are routed to. So this knob here is going to control the filter for the entire mix, and this one over here is just going to be for that submix. Okay, so now I have clips over here that I can trigger that will match up to chords that I decide to play with my right hand, and then knobs to manipulate as I feel also. All right, that's a wrap. If you want to hear the full performance for this track, click right here.